Okay. Good morning and good evening to our students. Good morning to my colleagues and some students if you're in Canada. It's so great to have you all here today. And thank you for taking your time to join this town hall. Suraj played a video at the early of this town hall. It says, "World needs you." I think I really like that video because this is like never before at this time around the world. There are lots of things happening, and I'm very excited to see so many wonderful individuals like yourself joining this very exciting programs where our professors, our faculty has spent years to develop. Um, this day and age, like never before, every organization and every working team has lots of data, and we needed a data scientist. We needed experts in data analysis to help us to figure out what those data means. And during the pandemic as well, I think we never saw feeling the strong needs that we need good data scientists to help us to help to analyze and to cope the pandemic. So the world needs you as well, and I thank you for you to choose TRU and choose this wonderful program. My name is Ziping Feng. Many of you have seen me before. I'm the Director for International Marketing and Recruitment at Thompson Rivers University. It's my pleasure to be the moderator for this event today. Today, I wanted to thank you. It's Friday. When I look at outside my window, it's bright, beautiful, very calm, sunny day. In the normal time, we would have getting ready to welcome you to campus, but this year is a little bit different. Today, right now, it's probably 15 degrees, and in the afternoon, it will get to 30. So it's just like a normal summer day. And I want to thank you to our faculty to spend their time and to join us. And I have a group of panel invited to this town hall today. I would like to introduce our panelists today. First, I wanted to introduce Dr. Gregory Anderson. Dr. Anderson is the Dean of Faculty of Science. I wanted Greg, if you're there, can you say a greeting to our students, please? We'll ask you to unmute. There you go.
Thank you. I couldn't get unmuted. Thank you. My name's Greg, and I'm very pleased to be a new addition to the Thompson Rivers University family. I started my decanal role in the 1st of July, and I am very excited about this particular program and as a scientist, I mean, data is really important to me, but the ethical use of data and the decision-making that come out of the data is so important to the world today. And as was mentioned, I mean, the COVID pandemic has really highlighted misinformation and good information and the difference between the two. And there is a huge role for this program and our graduates in this program to go out and make a difference in the world. And I look forward to meeting with you and working through this program. So congratulations on being accepted, and I will talk to you a little bit more in a few minutes.
Thank you so much, Greg, and welcome to Thompson Rivers University.
Thanks.
Next one, I would like to invite Dr. Roger Yu. You all know Roger already. Roger will say a few words.
Hello, everyone. So Roger here. I'm a professor for mathematics and also a coordinator for this data science program. I think this is the second time I speak to you in town hall meeting. I have been communicating with many of you in email as well, and looking forward to see you on campus in person. If you have any question after this town hall meeting or have any other question regarding the program, feel free to send me email. I will respond in my earliest convenient. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Roger. Next one, I would invite Dr. Martin Scheik. Can you unmute yourself, Martin?
Hi, everybody. I'm Mateen. I was the chair of the admissions committee, so I recognize all the names, and it's nice to see some of the faces now being connected to those names. In your second semester, I'll be teaching your linear models class, and I look forward to seeing all of you then.
Thank you, Martin. Dr. Piper Jackson.
Hello, everyone. We've had a wonderful summer in terms of weather here. Not, the world has been a very complicated place other than that. I will be teaching the machine learning course with the next speaker, Dr. Javed Tamal. I'm the computing science rep, and Dr. Tamal is from the math and stats department. So we've been talking a lot about it, and we really look forward to working through that material with you.
Thank you, Piper. Next one, Dr. Javed Tamal.
Good morning and greetings from Kamloops, Canada, and congratulations to all of you who have been accepted in our program, and we are really excited to seeing you here in Kamloops. So I'm Javed Tamal. I'm an assistant professor in mathematics and statistics with specialization in data science. And I am the chair of the award and scholarship committee. So some of you might got my email earlier, and Dr. Piper Jackson and I will be co-teaching the theoretical machine learning course to you very soon. So I'm quite excited to see you here in Kamloops. Thanks.
Thank you so much, Dr. Tamal. So that was a quick introduction of the group from the faculty. And the last but not the least, you have been all being taken care of by my colleague, Charlene Milburn. Charlene is our International Graduate Admission Officer. Charlene, if you can say hi to the group.
Hello, everyone. I just thought I'd let you know that I'll be deferring your admission very shortly, from the fall to the winter officially.
All right, thank you. Probably most of the students don't know what they are talking about because we wanted to let them know our plan. So I know all of you have been so anxious about monitoring the COVID situation and trying to ask yourself, what should I do in this situation? What plan should I be making? So that the faculty has been listening, and thank you so much for all the communication you shared with us. And I tell you, the faculty has not been taking that lightly, and there are lots of discussions and meetings behind the scene. So today, the main purpose of this town hall, I would like to have Dean Anderson to draw a picture for the future of the program, and we want to share with you a new plan of our Master of Data Science for the very first cohort. So Greg, if you're there, please take over.
Yes, thank you very much. I am, pleased to tell you that we're monitoring the situation very closely. Obviously, we are also working with our Canadian government to look at getting the visas required for our students to attend and get into Canada at this point. And we are listening to you. And we fully understand that this is a big commitment that you're going to make. And coming to Canada in an uncertain time without confirmation of visas is a very large step. So if we could just flip to the next slide, I wanted to let you know that we have made the decision in my office in coordination with True World and with the faculty in the program to defer the start of this program to January 2021. So we will shift the entire program by one term. Instead of starting in September, we will have students start in January. And so what you would have normally taken in January, we will now have, or in September, you'll now have in January followed by the second term in summer of 2021. So we will start with virtual learning in that semester in January. If you have your visas in place and you would like to get into Canada, we can obviously facilitate that through TRU World and accommodate your quarantine that's required once you come to Canada. And then we do expect students to come during that term by March 15th. So we would expect you to be able to be in a classroom on March 15th. So you would have to arrive around March 1st to do a quarantine period here in Canada. And we have residents set up for that, and we can do that through TRU World. The second term would then be April to August, and it will cover what was normally going to be instructed during that period. And that will be face-to-face here on campus. The third and fourth terms, as you know, will then follow in September and then January. And we still expect to graduate this cohort in June of 2022. And you will be our first cohort to leave. And so we're excited to work with you to move us through this process together. We will be monitoring, obviously, all of the factors that are involved in international travel, student visas, accommodation here in Kamloops so that you can arrive and be safe here. So I just wanted to assure you that we're doing everything that we can to make sure that we're going to have a successful rollout of the program, that we're going to deliver you a quality education in a safe environment. So I'm going to turn that back over to you, Zai-Ping.
Thank you, Dean Anderson. I seem to, every student muted, but I think many of you will take a deep sign of relief and say this is a better plan. And we from the communications we heard from many of you, I think that seems to be the preferred plan. And we will, if you have any questions regarding this new schedule, we will be open Q&A sessions just shortly. So please have your questions ready. And I do wanted to thank you. I think the new plan will kind of fit everyone's schedules well. But if this does impact your plan, and please do share your concern as well in the Q&A session. So the next, I wanted to invite Dr. Roger Yu to discuss a little bit of what the very first semester is going to be like. What's the schedule's going to be like? So Roger, if you're there, please take over.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. As Dr. Anderson mentioned, the program will be shifted by 4 months later. However, all the courses and the program still remain very much the same. And right now, I'm just going to show you quickly what is the workload and the course load will be expected in the first term, which is winter 2021. And we made, I think I already communicated with you in email a couple of days ago. We rescheduled the 3 main courses in this program to accommodate the reality that most of you actually will have quite a bit of time zone problem. So the plan is we're going to have one course on each time block. So you look screen here, the second line here, essentially from 8:30 to 9:30 Pacific time. I think for most of you in the Asia or will be in the late night. This will be, so the first block will be for 4 times a week, 1 hour each day. We'll teaching the database essentially. And the second block will be from 9:30 to 10:20. will be mathematical modeling technique. A third block will be stats, which is the design and inference. Yeah, we have actually long discussion on what is the best way to deliver this in virtual delivery. And actually all instructors take spend a lot of time and effort, try to make those courses to teach in the best way possible in the virtual learning. Essentially, I think most instructors are actually prepared to accommodate or take advantage of online learning. In the meantime, not compromise with the advantage from face-to-face. And you may also remember there is a fourth course, which is a seminar. It didn't show here, but actually we're going to schedule that to a late day Pacific time, which means that once a week, you may have to get up early in the morning to take that lecture series. So that's basically for the first term in winter 2021. Follow that semester, you probably get a 2-week break. Right after that, the second semester will start in the early May. In the summer session, summer semester I should call, there are 3 main courses, which is stats, linear model, and machine learning, as well as data analysis in biology and life science. There is also opportunity. You can take directed study or special topics. I don't want to get into detail with that, but just briefly describe what you're going to expect in the first semester and second semester. Of course, in this new arrangement, you will not be able to have 4 months break in the original plan. So you will continue to have the 2 more semester undergraduate in the June, depends, it may be in the dependence time defense. You probably finish the whole program in May or June because we have quite a few students in this, and all the final project and the thesis will be defense individually. So it takes quite a bit of time to accommodate everybody. So anyhow, so you should expect to graduate in the June 2022. Okay, so I think I will stop here. I'm sure you have many questions, and we are more than happy to answer any of those. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Roger. I think just do a quick recap. We now learned that the Master of Data Science, the first ever cohort at Thompson Rivers University, we delayed our program intake for 4 months, which basically shifted the whole program to 4 months later. So now students gonna start in January, starting virtually for a couple months, and in the middle of March, face-to-face courses will be delivered. So that is the new program structure. I hope this new plan will be welcomed by all the students. I do understand this may slightly changed the previous plan you had, because the previous, you may have made plans for the previous schedule. We believe this is the best option for this program, and this new structure will likely support students to be more successful in the middle of the pandemic. So now I would like to have invite the students to either open your microphone and ask the questions, or you can also type in your questions in the chat box. I would invite the panelists to answer your questions at our best knowledge. First of all, I wanted to know that whether this plan is what you needed, what you liked.
Hi, my name is Shakil Ahmed, and my question is, you are shifting the entire program to Jan semester. There's a sudden move at the 11th hour. I have already resigned my job, and I won't receive any funding, government funding, unless this program starts. So my question is, who is going to pay my bills for the next 3 months?
Thank you. Thank you for very good question. Sorry, what's your name?
Shakil Ahmed.
And which country are you coming from?
I'm in Calgary.
You are in Calgary. Are
Yes.
you a domestic student in?
Yes. Yes, I am.
Okay, good. So what I can do, probably we can reach out to you if you can write an email to TRU. There is a financial award and financial assistance office. This certainly we would consider when condition requires, the university may make the decision to extend or cancel or delay a class, and we do understand the consequences caused by that. I would connect you with some of the financial aid office to see what options they have for you. Unfortunately, I'm not the expert on that subject, and also we didn't have the the officer invited to answer that kind of question today. Sorry about that, but we will keep you connected. Yes.
All right.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
I am an international student in Canada, and I already have my study permit. And so I'm concerned about my study permit's validity for this first semester, as I'm moving to Kamloops actually today. So
yeah, thank you for expressing that concerns. And since you already studied, have your study permit, that's a good condition. We consulted with our registered immigration advisors. We don't believe this will jeopardize the validity of your study permit, as long as we give clear explanation when you have your study permit renewed, or when you have your applying for work permit, as long as you're listed there. And the TRU International Admission Office will provide a document to prove that program indeed was deferred due to COVID. And those documents will be provided to you, so you won't have any challenges with your immigration related any process or any applications.
okay.
Thank you.
Hello, this is Vignesh.
Good evening.
Hello, good evening. So I just wanted to ask if there are any chances of us receiving the approval of study permit before January, and if yes, will we be allowed to travel before our fall semester starts? Before the program starts.
Yes. Who is this? This is Vignesh?
This is Vignesh, right?
Yes. Thank you for that question. The TRU, we don't decide, or TRU doesn't have the authority to decide who can travel to Canada. Please, in this situation, keep monitoring our communications. What we can do is we will promise you whenever we have an update from the Canadian Border Services or Canadian government to discuss about their travel restrictions, or if students are allowed to travel, we would more than happy to assist everyone to get to Kamloops. So at this moment, only students who received their study permit before March 18th are allowed to travel to Canada with supporting documents. Anyone who received their study permit later are not encouraged to travel or not permitted to travel to Canada. But the travel restrictions are being monitored and can change as the pandemic evolves. So we will be monitoring the situation. We'll let you know when it's ready to travel. I would also like to invite some questions regarding the course deliveries and the regarding the academic side, regarding the subjects. I do have a question for the panelists. Is now students have probably likely 4 months of free time. What is the best thing for them to do during the 4 months period of time? Any preparation work? Any you know, planning they can do to get ahead of to be best prepared for the program? If I can invite the panelists to give us some insights.
I can share some thought with you. Definitely this delay or defer will have a lot of on everybody. To me, there's an upside, there's a downside. Let me say the downside. For example, we already have some research opportunity available for this new cohort. As a matter of fact, I received the email, and some professors are looking for students to actually working on some research project related to COVID-19. As a matter of fact, you know, and there's many faculty members actually looking forward to interact with the student. You know, so that's unfortunately has to be delayed. And another downside I can say, you know, you can look at my background here. This is a beautiful view of Kamloops Lake. But obviously, you won't be able to see in person. You probably have to just hold your breath for another 4 months. Say, you know, this beautiful landscape in Kamloops. You know, there's of course, there's an interruption as the student mentioned earlier. You know, to your job arrangement. We fully understand that. We actually apologize for any inconvenience this may cause. However, we do think this delay will remove a lot of uncertainty and make your planning or arrangement more sustainable in a sense. Otherwise, I think right now, the anxiety, I'm speaking for myself, you know, this uncertainty creates a lot of anxiety. We are changing plan on the weekly basis. So I've been fine tuning a lot of details of this program because there's new information coming in. I'm sure you are doing the same thing. So I do share your concern and a lot of stress. So that's why I have this beautiful landscape behind me. So just remind you, there's a better day ahead of you. Okay? But I do want to just follow the comments. You know, there are upsides. For example, some of you may receive a letter with additional requirement for the study. You know, I think some of you may have some requirement for database. Others may have some requirement for, basically update yourself or brush off or upgrade your knowledge in statistics. I think this 4 months will give you more opportunity to just, you know, catch up if you never had some topics before. And we are planning to update our website to make an explicit list for the topics required for the graduate course. I hope this will help you to guide you through to prepare yourself, make yourself ready, and actually enjoy your study more in this graduate level course. And this opportunity also going to prepare you to be ready earlier for any research opportunity coming up. So I think I will stop here and let other colleagues to speak. Just want to share you know, my experience with this this very ordinary time. You know, I'm also invite you to share your experience, and hopefully from my side I can know you better, and we can actually work out a more personal plan to address your your concern or actually make yourself more ready when the first term starts in the winter 2021. Thank you.
Thank you, Roger. And I think a list of recommended readings, preparation work will really help students to be better prepared to start the program. For all the students, I know you're excited you're getting into the program, but you don't know what you're signing into. I just can't imagine, based on my experience, the master program journey will be very, there will be lots of work, and it will be a challenging but exciting journey. So please, this is like a race ahead of you. So please take your time to get yourself best prepared to the best condition you can be. So when the program started, you will give your best performance. So I want to ask the rest of the panels, do we have any other comments regarding this subject? How do students best prepared for their first semester in the next 4 months?
Ziping, just so you know, Mona raised her hand, so she also has a question. One of our students.
Yes. Do I have comments from the panelists? If not, let's invite Mona. Mona, can you ask your question, please?
Hi, everybody. It's very nice to meet you, and thanks a lot for your concerns and understanding the situation. I just wanted to ask a question about the postgraduate work permit by this new program. Does it affect it or not? Because this program consists of, 3 years of postgraduate work permit, because it will be about 2 years. The program will be about 2 years. But with this new program, the length of the program will be shorter. I wanted to know, does it affect the, postgraduate work permit length or not? Thank you.
Thank you, Mona. I can answer that question. The new proposed program structure is it's still a 2-year program. When immigration officer assessing student studying duration, they are counting academic year, not the calendar year. So this program will be a minimum 4 semester of study. So that's 2 academic years. So for international student who's looking for post-graduation work permit, the duration is perfect. You are still eligible for a 3-year post-graduation work permit. If you wanted to know more details about this, you can come to one of our virtual meeting rooms to discuss with a immigration advisor. And Suraj, if you can please post the link. It's actually tru.ca/meet, M-E-E-T. You can actually talk to someone has that knowledge virtually just by a few clicks away. So please do that if you're concerned. But what I can speak in general, this will not affect your post-graduation work permit. Also, for the student who was looking for financial information, that is applicable to Canadian citizen or permanent resident in Canada. So we also post that link. If you can get in touch with them, hopefully you can get some support that way. Do I have any other questions?
So hey, Jiping, I have a question.
Yes, please.
So do we still have an option to choose between advanced modeling and data analysis in first sem?
Okay, that's a technical question. I will invite the faculty to answer.
Yeah, I can answer that. Yeah, hello, Regine. Yes, yeah, good question. Yes, you can still do that. The modeling, advanced modeling course and data analysis in business, they are both are elective course. So you can choose that, one of those. And so in the first semester, which is winter 2021, both courses will be offered. You still have the opportunity to choose one out that. However, as I mentioned earlier to all of you, to make decision to choose, for example, data analysis in business, you need to meet the requirement because this course is delivered by Business School of Business, and they have a set of skill required for this. So you need to go through the individual assessment before you can register. So in short, answer is yes, you can still choose one of those two elective courses. Did I answer your question?
Yes, yeah. So I have one more question on top of that. So how do I know what prerequisites I have to choose the program? Because I don't find that program in my TRU at all. Mm-hmm. So how do I know?
Okay. So in short, what can happen is, so in order to register in the data analysis in business, there are two constraints. Number one, as I mentioned, is the prerequisite. I will get you in touch with the instructor who is teaching this, so you can send your supporting information so they can assess your eligibility. Number one. The second constraint will be there are seats limited in this course. So in order to get into this, I need to working with the coordinator from SOBI, which is a School of Business, to make an arrangement. So I need to know when we go through this, so I can make the arrangement in case you want to take this and you meet the prerequisite.
Okay, great. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you both. Do we have any other questions?
Yeah, we have.
Yeah, hi everyone. This is Priyanka from India.
Hi, Priyanka.
First of all, let me thank each and every one of you because the decision that you have taken today is, that really made us very happy because we were out of tension now. And it's giving us some good time to prepare on the basic stuff that is required to start up with the program. So I have a couple of questions, like, the first one is, can we expect like full visa before January? Full study permit?
Good question. I can comment on that a little bit. I know many of them, actually probably all of you who needed a study permit all have already submitted their visa application. And from the feedbacks we're getting is the immigration office has been issuing study permits, stage 1 study permit as the AIP on a daily basis. So I would suggest you to be a little bit patient. Hopefully in the next 2 to 3 weeks, you will receive your stage 1 approval. And after the stage 1 approval, if depending on where you are, if you have the access to the biometric center, if you have the access to a medical exam facility, please have those done when the service is available, and have those information submitted. Once those are received by the IRCC office, and they will be issuing a stage 2, that is the final study permit. And after that, you will have a ticket to fly, to travel to Canada. However, that has to be controlled by the travel restrictions. So 3 steps. First is to receive your AIP. Second is to submit your biometrics, submit your medical exams, and to get your stage 2 approval. Stage 3 is to monitor the travel restrictions, and when it's lifted, then you can arrange your travel to Canada. We believe, if you ask me what exact date that will be, it really depends on where you are, based on whether those services are available for you. So I think each country and regions will be a little different. I'm glad that we could make the shift, and that's part of the reason is we wanted to make sure that it will buy us some time for students to receive their proper study permit and be able to travel.
Okay, thank you so much. And I have another question, like in this whole journey, like another 3 to 4 months, if anyone wish to refund, is that possible, or any kind of deferment is allowed for next September?
I think we announced this question before. I would let the panelists to comment on a possibility of deferral, but my understanding is this program, your admission is valid for this cohort and the upcoming intake only. If you wanted to withdraw, please send your request to TRU admission office. I will be very disappointed if that happens because you guys are the lucky, almost I can say a lucky winners in this race to this program. We have so many students, hundreds of applications, and you guys are the chosen one. So please value this opportunity. And like I said earlier, the outcome of this program is going to be phenomenal. And before you wanted to give up, I know I do respect any reason that may cause you to do that, but this is an outstanding program, and take lots of consideration before you do that. And if you do consider that, please contact our admission office. There are some refund rules. Normally, we would not be allowing refund for this unless there's a visa refusal. So, but please discuss with admission office for your options. If you cannot join in January, then my understanding is you need to reapply again for next September, and that will be an even more intense competition I can foresee. So the panelists, anything you wanted to add, please?
Maybe I can just comment briefly and then let other people speak. Yeah, I just want to reconfirm Ziping's message. Yes, anybody decide not enrolled into the winter 2021, how to reapply in the same admission process as everybody else. I don't want to tell you how many people we already have in the potential pool, but definitely there's several hundred people already showed interest for the next intake. So as Ziping mentioned earlier, personally, I expect there are going to be a lot more competition for the next intake compared to this one. Maybe I can let Metin or Piper to speak on, because they are actually spend a lot of time on admission and they know student case actually really well. Thank you.
Thank you so much for clarifying my queries. Even I don't want to miss out this opportunity. I was just thinking on the 1%, if on some uncertainties happen, if any one of us need to drop out, I was just looking out whether we can apply for refund when it is nearing January, maybe visa refusal or some kind of economical issues. Yeah, definitely I'll give my 100% to utilize this opportunity. Even I'm equally looking to join the course as soon as possible. Thank you so much.
So
thank you.
If something happens where you can't come here, contact the university. The university wants you here. They will do their best to help facilitate that. If there are situations arising like this where there are certain delays and you need to do something in the middle for the few months, contact the university. Like I said, the university wants you here, and you were admitted to this program as sort of an invitation to join us. And we want you here, and we're going to do our best to help you come here. we also have the resources to help solve some problems that may have been introduced based on this delay. And the university wants to help you with those issues as they arise. However, if for whatever reason it's not possible for you to come to the university for the intake in the winter, again, still contact the university. The university is going to be understanding because the entire world is kind of not in a good place right now. So they're not going to be mean to you about this. They're very understanding. So our preference is to get you here if we can help you to get here. And if we can't get you here for, you know, a reasonable reason, I'm fairly certain the university will accommodate that. One of the reasons we're deferring this is because we don't want students to be in the unfair position of giving a bunch of money and then maybe a visa is denied and then something else happens. We don't want people taking a risk with that much money. That's one of the reasons why we're deferring this. It's for your own safety. So again, the university is trying to look out for you. Let us know if there's something that we can do to help you to be here in the winter. And if nothing works, also let us know nothing is working, and then we'll work on a solution to get your withdrawal done. But in our mind, that's sort of a last case scenario, because as Roger and Ziping had mentioned, if you withdraw from this cohort, you are now withdrawn, and then you just have to reapply with everybody else. And a lot of people were waiting for the first year to go through and then apply the second year. So we really are expecting much more competition for the second year. So do consider whether or not you really want to do that. But like I said, if the university can help you, we will help you. But as a last resort, if you have to withdraw, we will understand.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mateen. I just wanted to reiterate exactly that message. I mean, we admitted you as a student, and we want to facilitate your learning experience here on campus. We will do what we can working with our resources through TRU World to look at any immigration and visa hangups that we may have. We will use our resources to try and make sure that you can travel safely and inform you when those opportunities arise. We want to facilitate you to get here to be part of our student cohort and be successful. And you know, as the dean of the program, this was not an easy decision, just so you know. It impacts all of the faculty who have graciously moved their workloads. It's impacted, you know, how we're delivering, what we're delivering, how we're going to manage that. This was not an easy decision on our behalf, but we do think it is the right decision to facilitate, reduce the risk of the students who hadn't received visas, and increase the likelihood of you having a full visa by the time you're coming onto campus. And we think that that is our best decision. It is still a 2-year program. It doesn't impact your ability to work after. What it does do is it reduces your ability to take a summer vacation. There will be a 2-week break between, and depending when exams are, there could be even a 3-week break in between the semesters, from our January semester to the summer semester. And then there will be a 2-week break at the end of August and the first week of September. So it does accelerate the program with 2 small breaks rather than a 4-month break. So I know that this does have an impact, but this decision was trying to accommodate you as students to make sure that you could be here and be successful and reduce your risk. So I thank you for your consideration in attending still. And like I say, let us help you to make sure that your experience is a good one.
Thank you, Greg. I do wanted to reconfirm that the new program structure is a schedule shift. If we really look at the whole program, your graduation date is not delayed. So hopefully that's a good sign. Yes, summer vacation switched early to this fall. On the list, I do see hands up. I don't know who that is. Galaxy Note 8. If you can comment, please. Is it?
Yep. Sorry, I didn't put my name. There's
All right,
Shakil
please,
Ahmed.
if you get a chance, please put your name.
Yeah. Yeah. My question is to Mateen. Mateen, I hope that you did have a lot of discussions and you have taken into considerations international students while making this decision. My question is, what is the guarantee that you won't linger on this program from January to June to September and so on and so forth? University of Toronto, University of British Columbia, all of those universities who are offering this program, they do have same amount of international students in their program, enrolled in their program. None of the universities has either deferred or canceled their program. IRCC has given a quite wonderful pathway to international students, that how they, because of this pandemic, they are not processing visa very quickly. To bring into your notice, in July, they have only processed 10,000 applications, while July 2019, they processed more than 100,000 applications. So this is with every university. So why you guys have choosing to defer this program? Number two, as I told you, I have to feed family of two. So how I gonna feed my family when I resign my job, and you don't have anybody here to answer my financial worries? And I will definitely shoot an email today, but how long it will take to reach financial help to me? Thank you.
So,
go ahead.
Oh, no, go ahead. Because I know you can answer the finance question, I can't.
What we'll do is I will also send a reminder to the finance office, and I will remind them that a potential question could be raised. Again, I'm mostly working with international students, so the services available for domestic students I'm quite unfamiliar with, but I can certainly make that connection for you.
So to answer the original question about the deferral, part of the issue with the deferral was that we felt uncomfortable asking students to drop a lot of money, particularly international students, a lot of money when their visas were not confirmed. We received an email from several students, many students, who had indicated that they were extremely uncomfortable with that situation. And as a university, it felt somewhat unfair to be asking to give money when we can't even guarantee you that we will be keeping a spot for you because it's dependent on the visa. The delay primarily occurred, I think, because this program rolled out a little bit later because of other administrative issues back in the winter. Other programs which are established started much earlier, probably in autumn or winter of 2019. And so their admissions process and then their visas were processed a lot earlier. In an ideal situation, every one of our students would have heard about their visas back in July, early August, and we wouldn't have been in this situation. It's almost exclusively because many of our students, particularly international students, are in this weird limbo right now where they, in the old plan, would have to give money and possibly not get that money back for reasons outside of their control. Greg, you can probably speak a little bit more to that kind of stuff because that's more the administrative side, but that was generally I think the mindset was we didn't want students to be losing control of their own money.
Thanks, Mateen. And that is one of the big considerations. Because if the program was fully online, we could have moved forward with a program much easier, but with a face-to-face commitment in this program, and to have you on site with the uncertainty of students' ability to get a stage 1 in time, and then to get a stage 2 in time to come in November, late October, early November. With that uncertainty and no guarantees from immigration that they'll have processing done by then, we felt that there was an obligation on our behalf to look at the amount of money that people were putting in place to take a program that they may not be able to actually enter in the end for reasons outside of the university's control. And so, like I say, we considered the travel, the commitment of students, students' concerns that were expressed. There was a lot of student expression of concern. We've heard from one of the students that thank you, that may have been one of those that we heard from that appreciates our ability to move the program to make sure that their requirements are in place to come. So there was, all I can say is that there was a lot of information being provided from multiple sources, which all pointed that we should do our due diligence. We should make sure that we could get our students here and safely and have them on campus for the on-site component of the program, and that all of the information we received pointed to a deferral and a later start date to best accommodate the students.
Thank you, Greg. I think, look at the list, we have time for one more question. Minna, you still have a question, please.
Yes, it's for international students as far as things like medical insurance, and whether during this first semester we will still have medical insurance if we're already in Canada. And also, can us as international students be reassured that our seats are guaranteed if our study permits are at least approved in principle for the program?
Yes, you are admitted to the program if you receive your study permit approval. In principle, your seat is guaranteed. In terms of your medical insurance, I think since you're already in Canada, that will be ineffective. Please go to tru.ca/meet to confirm your coverage with one of the student advisors there. They set up virtual rooms for you to talk to. Yeah.
Okay. And
thank you.
One last question. Oh, sorry. For those who are doing research with a supervisor this first semester, will we still be able to do so? But yeah.
I mean, I'm not familiar with your case. You know, what arrangement you made with supervisor. But I think I can definitely facilitate. So maybe I think what I encourage you actually take this to your supervisor, discuss it, see whether you can come to a mutual agreement. And I think that from my perspective, there are two factors here. Number one is the opportunity still there? Your supervisor still willing to move ahead with your plan, with the planned project. Second one is your student status, the eligibility issue. As Ziping mentioned earlier, and many other people mentioned earlier, we are more than happy to facilitate and help out with that. But I don't have a clear answer to that because it will based on your situation and the current policy or guideline from the government, from immigration, and from university. So it's rather complicated from my perspective. So I think I encourage you to contact us so we can talk your case, say exactly what on the table, hopefully to help you to resolve this. So I don't have 100% perfect answer for you, but I think that's probably the direction we can spare ahead with this.
Thank you, Roger. Again, Minna, if you have some eligibility related questions, please talk to one of the immigration advisors. I have see one hand. The last question before I turn to the panelists to say the last words to the group. I will invite YSL has a question.
Oh, hi, this is Kay from Vancouver. Thank you for all the information, and I appreciate that, but I have mainly two questions. The first is regarding the tuition payment, because I haven't paid the tuition. So I don't know if the deadline for the tuition payment is still September 4, or it's also deferred to the January. And for the second one, yeah, you can answer or I can ask first.
Hey, are you a domestic student?
Oh, yes, I am.
So I understand that with this new structure, you will receive a new admission document, and that will indicate your payment deadline. It's very reasonable for that to be extended to a new date.
Okay, thank you. And for another one, so the pandemic right now is changing fast daily. So suppose for the next year, the travel restriction is still there. Is there any possibility that the program will be deferred again, or it will be delivered virtual? Thank you.
Dean Anderson or Roger, would you like to comment on that question?
Well, put it this way, we have plans A's and plan B's. And so once we admit you as a student, we will, and you're in progress, we will commit to having plans for you to finish. We do not cancel programs in the middle, and once we have programs with students in progress, we guarantee that the students can complete. So the university would make every effort, other than the government shutting things down completely. We would be making every efforts to continue the education in a way that can facilitate your learning. And if that doesn't allow us to move you on to campus in that first term, for example, the government does allow, especially for our international students, that online learning to still contribute to their residency requirement. So we're working with the information we have, and you're right, it's very fluid. There is no 100% guarantee in any of this at this point. You can expect all of the universities in British Columbia to announce soon on plans, and you can expect the government to talk more about the visas soon. August 31st was supposed to be an opening for movement of people into Canada, but again, that is it changes daily. So that was the latest information that I had.
Okay, so the program won't be canceled anyway, right? Like it'd be postponed to the next cohort?
Yeah, maybe I can speak a few words. I'm a mathematician, so I'm talking probability. From our point of view, the program structure we offered here for the winter, we really think we have a much higher probability to offer this rather than to defer again, or we have changed to 100% online. I have to comment, we have a very unique approach by offer first 2.5 months in virtual, the last month in face-to-face. This balanced approach, I think we actually really accommodate the quality as well as the current situation, because we can reschedule the lecture in the best way, what material will be delivered better in virtual, what has to be done face-to-face. I think we are in the position to mitigate whatever change or crisis coming up to us in the next few months than other programs. So I wouldn't worry too much because I think our hand is not completely tied compared with other program, because some other program has to go to 100% virtual or already have to waiting decision from the provincial, from university, what's going to happen in the winter 2021, but we are actually going to have some kind of a freedom or flexibility to either go with further change or I think in any way, so as I mentioned earlier, we have a much higher probability to maintain this structure than any other program.
Oh, thank you for your answer. Yeah, I appreciate that. Thanks.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for that. In considering the time, we're a little bit over time. I know the panelists that you may have scheduled for other activity. We would appreciate it if you have to leave, we would understand. I do see one more hand is up. I wanted to give that student the opportunity. Mona, if you can ask the very last question, and the rest of the student, if you have questions, please send emails to us. We will be happy to address. Mona, go ahead.
Thanks. Our LOA will...
Mona, you're cutting out.
Can I ask the question on behalf of
by 9th of
Mona, your voice is breaking and it's not clear. I'll put the question here.
I think that we need a new LOA in case the officer needs it or something. Sorry, I'm okay now.
Sorry,
yes,
Mona,
yes, sure.
We cannot hear you. Priyanka, if you know the question, please feel free to share with us. Yeah.
Sorry.
Sure. So the question is,
I wanted to ask about the new.
Okay. Yeah. The question is, we'll be starting the classes in winter, right? So we will get a new LOA, and do we need to update it in our visa application?
Good question. I would take, the graduate admission office will be issuing a new admission document indicating the new dates of the program. While your study permit is being processed, I would recommend you to hold that until maybe until September 15th. If you don't receive a new letter by September 15th, I would then submit the document. So you may not want to confuse the immigration officer in the middle of making decisions to know that you, that might confuse them. So I would wait until early September to send it to them. Hopefully you will receive an AIP before that.
Okay, sure. Thank you.
Yeah. So September 15th will be perfect to submit your additional document. Okay, I think that's it. But we wanted to try to accommodate as many questions as possible and get all your concerns addressed. I do understand there might be further questions coming up of this session. Please reach out to us using the tools we have. If you have student services related questions, please go meet our student advisors in the virtual meeting rooms. You can also write an email to the different service department and the TRU Faculty of Science. We appreciate your time. I do understand that this is a very unusual time, and I do appreciate it. Each of us will, take this opportunity and be strong and build our resilience to make sure we get over this. So before I let everyone go, any comments? I would like to invite the last words from the panelists. And then student, if you wanted to comment, we would also like to hear from you as well.
So if I can say something, it's already been mentioned that we went through a lot of applications before accepting everyone into this program. I'd like to add to that saying that we went through a lot of applications. And the reason I want to emphasize that is because we've seen your transcripts, right? We've seen your reference letters. We actually know quite a bit about you, at least on paper, and we're really looking forward to meeting you because you were the ones that we picked out of all of these applications, and you look like a really great group of students, and we're looking forward to the opportunity of working with you, and I think you really enjoy the opportunity of working with each other as well. And so I can't wait for this program to start. It will be great. Thank you.
Thank you, Piper. Very well said. Thank you. Can I invite Dr. Jabat?
Thank you. So just to encourage all the international students, I was an international student. I did my master's and PhD when I was an international student. So I know all the process, how it works, how the study permits works and the application works. Since we have 4 months in our hand to start our program, statistically speaking, I'm over 99% confident that we are going to start our program in January. So feel confident, and we are happy to seeing you here in Kamloops. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. That 99% sounds to me is almost a perfect probability. So that's really assuring. Thank you. Martin?
Yeah, I just wanted to reiterate a point that was made earlier. Obviously, the decision that we made was for the protection and benefit of a lot of students, but a change means that there were people who made plans that now have to make new plans. If you are in a situation where there's a problem, please reach out to us. We are not going to shirk our responsibility to you. Obviously, you had a plan in place for how you were going to be here in September. The university will work and help you modify that plan so that you can tide over the September to December period. Please do contact us. We're not just going to ignore you and say you have to sort it out yourself. Please do contact us. We can't address it in this meeting because it'll be a very individual thing, but we will help you. So please do contact us if you're in a situation now where you're now going to be struggling for whatever reason, your accommodations, maybe you put down your first and last rent or something like that, and there's some strange things happening. Please do reach out to us. We will help you in this situation.
Thank you very much, Martin. Dr. Roger Yu?
Yeah, just let you know, check your email because I'm going to send a recap of this town hall meeting very shortly, just to recap, the change we have. Thank you again for your participation.
Thank you. Some students already calling. Charlene, if you can share a few words before I invite Dr. Anderson.
Thank you. I'd like to reiterate everything everyone said, that a lot of work did go into getting you guys here. And for the international students, you can request from us a letter, a travel letter and a quarantine letter that you may need to cross the border. So remember, that's what we're here for. So you can email igrat@tru.ca for that.
Thank you, Charlene, and thank you for your work. For international students, please work out your travel and quarantine plan after you receive your stage 2 study permit. The AIP, you don't need those documents. And Dean Anderson, can you give us a final words?
Yes, I thank you for attending today. I know that this is a last minute decision. I do understand that does create some stress. I am hoping, though, you also see that it creates some accommodation for us to move forward with the program that we're more confident in not having disruption in, and that we have planned for those inevitabilities in our new move forward plan. I do, appreciate your consideration. And I really do look forward to seeing you in the program and on campus. I think this is a very exciting time for us to start this program and move forward. It has my full support as the dean to make sure that we can be successful, that we find the students the appropriate placements and the projects. We have a long list of people who would like some expertise and help. So I think we can create an exciting learning environment for you here with some very practical things for you to be doing to demonstrate your skills. And I really look forward to working with you and making sure that your experience in the program is a good one and that we help you with a successful career moving forward. So thank you very much for attending today.
Thank you so much, everyone. And I want to thank again to all our students. I want you to envision a bit further. June 2022, that's the time you will be proudly graduating through this program with lots of knowledges and hopefully with a few job offers. Let's look further and let's get ready for that journey. And if any students who wanted to comment, you're welcome. Please unmute yourself and we would like to hear from you or raise your hand. If we are going to wrap up this session really quickly, like the panelists said, we're here with you. If any questions or specific requests, please reach out to us. We would like to hear from you. Students? Any comments?
Just thanks for all the support that we got from TRU on behalf of every student.
Thank you, Ranjish.
Thank you so much for being with us in this journey. Thank you.
Thank you, Priyanka.
And thank you so much for accommodating to all those who are not in Canada and being able to come here during this unusual time.
Thank you, Minna.
We're not good now, Michael.
Anyone else?
Okay, I want to say thank you very much for the great offer and consideration. Thank you very much. Really appreciate it.
Thank you, Michael.
I have to say the same thing. Thank you. We have been very worried and thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'm looking forward to see each of you.
I also want to thanks for being blessings in disguise because we were totally losing hope and coming out of the way you helped us again, and I want to thanks from whatever from heart.
Thank you so much. Anyone else?
Hello.
Thank you so much for your support.
Hello, thank you so much.
Thank you very much. And I really thank again for your participation. This is Friday evening. I hope you have a really good weekend ahead. And please stay safe and get ready for your journey. And keep in touch. Thank you so much.
Come in with the mindset that this is going to be a successful journey.
Never feel that pressure on the first day that you have to know what you want to do right then and there, because you'll change your mind all the time.
Go to class. That's always a good thing.
TRU actually offers a platform for everybody to showcase whatever they know.
Be yourself.
University is a place where you can become yourself, break out of your shell.
Actually, my biggest advice is to talk to your teachers.
Don't be afraid of us faculty. Come and see us.
Oh, don't be afraid to talk to people. Just talk to anyone, because there's everyone in the same position as you are.
try to get everything you can from that student experience you have, because it's just 4 years of your life.
It is not just going to be learning in class, it's going to be learning about who you are.
Use this place and get everything you can from it.